Hello and welcome to See You Live. I'm Susan Post, Associate Editor of Columbus Underground, and I have with me co-founder Walker Evans.
Hi.
So doing some end of the year roundup, some exciting stuff going on. We compiled a list of 100 bars, restaurants, and coffee shops that opened.
And by we, you mean you did
Yes, it's taken me a few hours.
99% of the work?
It's pretty much all I've done the last 2 days, but it's actually been super fun.
Yeah.
And like really cool to get a list of all kinds of new places I want to try. So we're going to be talking about some of the new bars and breweries that have opened over the last several months. I mean, of course, brewery trend continues to be huge in Columbus. You've had Forbidden Root open up at Easton, which makes it their first brewery out there. You had Gamut down in Old Town East.
Yeah.
And then you've got Taft's over in Franklinton.
Yeah.
And I think Gamut got a best of honor already.
Yeah, it was voted as the #1 bar of 2019, which is really cool. I haven't been in yet because I'm not a huge beer drinker, but I've heard that the way they've redid all the stained glass to match the themes of the different beers is really cool, and they have a really nice like outdoor patio space, so excited to try it out.
I got a chance to talk to them, and it was really cool to hear them just explain all the thought that went into the beer names and the stained glass and just kind of really everything they're doing there. So that's really exciting for them.
Yeah, I was looking through your list to see also Outer Belt, Sip Local, Nocterra, and Zaftig had an expansion.
That's right.
Also CBC opened a tap room, so
I think people have been waiting for that for a long time.
Yeah, they've been around for a very long time, but the fact that they actually have a space designed around gathering is pretty unique for 2019.
Yeah, it looks really cool, and I know they've got a lot of really focused on bringing some unique things to their tap room, and had a lot of really crazy infusions and barrel aged things on tap right when they opened, and I know they wanted to continue that. So definitely, probably some cool stuff to be found out there.
Yeah, I know at this point people are kind of saying, do we need one more brewery? Do we need 2 more breweries? But I remember a few years ago there was a list of like brewery density, like how many breweries per capita different areas had, and Portland and Denver were at the top of the list, and they had almost 3 times the number of breweries as Columbus. We were like 10th on the list or something, but
we got tons of room.
Plenty of room to grow. Yeah.
I mean, there have been a ton of breweries, but we were also talking, there's been a lot of new cocktail bars or restaurants that have really focused and curated cocktail menus.
Yeah, and that's a lot more up my alley. I'm more of a cocktail drinker than a beer drinker. And I think this trend has been going on for a couple of years, but Lawbird opened in the brewery district, and they've got a pretty good focus, and they're right next to Antiques on High, which opened the previous year.
Right.
But they also have a really nice cocktail list. You shot some video with a few different places that opened, seeing Rue and some of their cocktails they make, and then Vine and Forge downtown, talking to their bartender.
Bar Rescue, Sean Ford, did the cocktail menu there, so he walked us through how to make a couple of drinks and know that they're really focused on their cocktail menu. And then just down the way, Goodell Station, rooftop bar that opened at the Canopy Hotel. They also have a really fun cocktail menu, and got to try a couple of those. And there's a riff on a Manhattan, I can't remember what it's called, but had little chocolate bitters in there, and I'm really excited to go back and drink a full one of those, I would say.
Yeah, a place we've not been to yet, but also in the cocktail theme is Huli Huli up in Powell, which is like a tiki bar. So we need to make the special trip up there and try out. Maybe Uber all the way up there, because one zombie or one one tiki drink can really knock you out. Do some tiki, do some beer over at Nocterra, just hit it all at once, you know. And then Lincoln Social, another rooftop spot that opened that I know they just rolled out a new cocktail menu. And they actually have a CBD mocktail. Saw that.
Yeah, so that's an interesting little thing that I think maybe we'll continue to see more of. I think there's been this whole trend of CBD drinks appearing, and I know there's some weird laws around how that all works, but I think that's something we'll continue to see more of also.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and Easton got its first rooftop patio just a couple of weeks ago when the RH Gallery opened, which is sort of furniture store and experience on the first 2 or 3 levels, and the rooftop has a restaurant and bar.
So curious.
Yeah, we were there for the grand opening, and it was a lot more of a party atmosphere, but I'm curious to go back and try the restaurant, because it sounds strange to have that at Easton, but with so much of that new expansion being kind of higher development, it feels a little more like Bridge Park now, where you're up on the roof, but you're looking out at a couple of, you know, kind of taller buildings around you, and it's a nice view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, kind of maybe going a little opposite end of the spectrum, I really want to go back to Dick's Dive, which is in the basement of Zeno's over in Harrison West. So, you know, you really kind of got the full spectrum of bars opening this year, I would say.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Something for everyone.
Great. Well, if you want to see that full list, you can check out the website and look for those 100 places that opened in Columbus this year, and let us know what you're excited to try.